ABSL Summit. Transform to thrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us start with questions to you. And now you have under your seats 2 pieces of paper. One is green and the other is red. So if you can pick those up, so you can have some movement. Don't stand still. Yes, you have both of them. Lovely. And now you will get a first question on the screen, if it will work. And probably it will. Next. Or maybe not. Oh, no. Ooh. Okay, so we would know. Okay, so we would like to ask you, AI and technology will become main driver of our sector in Poland in the nearest future. And now I will count to 3, and you will put a green card up if you agree, and red if you disagree. Think and read the question so you understand. It's very simple, but your decisions will be counted. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. And you cannot choose both. It's green. Okay, no, it's not written, but I am setting the rules. Okay, thank you for that. And then we have a next question. We have also a lot of old legacy platforms, which we still use in our day-to-day business. And they generate bigger profits than AI. That's a statement. If you agree, it will be green. If you disagree, it will be red. Hold your horses. I will count. Think first. 1, 2, 3. Oh. A lot. Oh, okay. Actually, whoa. Which one I should choose? It will be counted. Green, red. Okay. Thank you for that. 2 more questions to go. Are you ready for the third one? Okay. We limit access to AI for our employees, and then we are surprised technology revolution is not as quick as expected. And there is a spelling mistake, apologize for that. Now, it's a tricky one, or at least I can share that we at Nordea do limit that because of GDPR and all of the cybersecurity topics. So be honest. Green if you agree, red if you disagree. And it's 1, 2, 3, I haven't counted. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Adam, what does it mean that you have, what you have done? 4 votes. Okay, thank you. And last but not least, we have 4th question. We use AI mostly to address our cost challenges without proper focus on our end customer satisfaction. Green if you agree, red if you disagree. Get ready. Today we discuss. You are too fast. Hold your horse. You see? The generation is too quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, very red. Okay, interesting. Okay, you have changed your mind. Okay, thank you. And you may wonder why the hell didn't she use Menti? I have fancy iPhone and I was not able to use it. And then she used paper, so it's not ESG friendly. You are right. But then I thought that maybe one provocative thought which we can say is that basically, we all claim we use technology and Gen AI and its fancy buzzword, but actually, at the end of the day, do we really do it? Or is it only buzzwords? So I thought that, as we don't do it, I will provoke a newspaper instead of Menti. And now let me turn with questions to my great panelists.
But on that point, I think the green and red was more fun.
It was
fun. We all use QR codes for sure. So.
True. That was also a sport activity which we need after sitting.
And a small observation from my side, I see a colleague of mine from a company, and he said that we are generating more profit on AI. We need to have a talk later on.
Okay. That's good. So let me start with the first question. So today you have seen the ABSL annual report, and basically 20% of the population of our sector claims that the development of Gen AI is generally perceived as significantly important, and 65 as an opportunity. So do we really know how to use this opportunity with Gen AI? What would you say, ladies and gentlemen?
I would start with a typical question which is related to our Polish culture. So the answer is yes, but.
Oh my goodness. We'll have the political debate.
No, not the political debate, but I hear it very often that it's very common that we use this kind of answer. Yes, but. So yes is that we learned a lot about the positive things. It was presented by Adam, by Andrzej, by other colleagues that we know how to use the Gen AI in many cases. Next to that, there is a lot of enthusiasm. There is a lot of appetite to use it. It's easy to use technology, so I think that everyone is very eager to use it, and we have a great potential to use it. The but is that I didn't hear a lot during these presentations about the consequences, about the corporate policy, how to responsibly use Gen AI. There was not much about the regulations. The company like Euroclear, we are a heavy regulated company. Do we really know what is running behind the large language models? Can we really be sure about the cybersecurity aspects, about the malicious things that can happen with Gen AI things? So these are the aspects which were not tackled maybe directly during this session. So that's why it's yes, but.
So cybersecurity was waiting for you, okay?
So maybe I will continue. I represent the R&D, so we are doing innovations. And to follow what you said, Andrzej, the question is how to move from not knowing into knowing. We can debate, we can have theories, but I'm a big fan of learning by experimenting and piloting and upskilling ourselves, upskilling leadership, upskilling our also clients and also our own staff, and then also taking into considerations all of those topics which you mentioned, and also, security first, I'm that team as well, secure data, that also builds a trust, especially if we touch data of our customers. Yeah.
But on that note, you said about allowing people to test, which is fun. It sounds like startup, but at the same time, we all have some operational targets, cost efficiency, etc. So shall they test or shall they gain efficiency?
Shall we do both? Yeah, shall we have both approaches, being developed at the same time? Of course, we should do what works and what's safe, and we should not touch it. Yeah, we should not disrupt it. But we also should have, and our organizations should have processes or teams, organizations, which will be free to experiment and in a safe way, of course.
Okay.
I think I do feel I represent the business for the company. So from my perspective, Gen AI is more than a buzzword. It's very fascinating that whenever new technologies come in, the technology professionals are up to date. But AI and Gen AI is such big that people from a non-technical background are also keeping a tab of it, and they're seeing how user-friendly it is, how it makes their life much more easy. So Gen AI is definitely the future. In my mind, I would go ahead and say that it's as monumental as the Industrial Revolution. Instead of we using the mechanical muscle, we probably use the digital brain moving forward, and that is how the humans and the AIs will come together. So it's going to be a big part of the enterprises. So right now the challenge is how do you drive the value? How do you quantify the value of AI? Because all these enterprises are struggling with it. Everyone wants to talk about it. Everyone wants to do it in bits and pieces, but everyone is struggling to quantify the use cases across the stream, and that is where I think as AI technology becomes more mature, it becomes more robust. The adaptability, the acceptability will become wider and wider, and you will see all kinds of different jobs coming up. Who would have thought there's a job description for a AI writer or a AI artist or prompt engineers. So the future is moving in that direction, and it's going to become a big part of our lives, and we need to embrace it and move forward from there.
Agree with all of the panelists, and in fact, we need to do it smart. And the key for me is not if we will be adopting it slowly or fast. We need to do it smart on all of our organizational levels. Processes, as Andrzej mentioned, need to be followed. Right people need to be assigned to the right task. We cannot just follow the rush, but think through strategically what we want to do with it, not to fall in a trap.
Okay, so you all agree, lovely. I thought we agreed that you will disagree, but that's fine. Coming back to the annual report, 61% of companies claim that the main reason to implement any type of automation, it is basically to optimize costs. But then I would actually challenge if we can do it at scale. That is the first thing. And does really AI or Gen AI generate ROI? What is actually the facts and what is our wishful thinking?
I'll probably start and probably need help on the left and the right here. I think Gen AI definitely creates ROI. I think, we need to look at ROI from 2 or 3 different perspectives. There is the textbook definition of ROI, which says that, it will increase productivity, it will reduce time, it will save you cost, and it will eventually increase your revenue. So that's the hard ROI that you need to measure. But there is a softer ROI that needs to be definitely kept a track, as more and more of your, employee base and labor learns about Gen AI, it will make them more agile. They'll think more about the new challenges. How do you optimize the process, which will itself lead to, better ways of doing things, more effective ways of doing things, right? One thing that we keep hearing is, AI and Gen AI is, big on the customer support side or customer experience side. So think about it, AI driving personalization. If that happens, the cost itself will become better. But right now we don't measure it, but that will happen, and that's how I think, the ROI will become more quantifiable. So definitely, AI and Gen AI will lead to, ROI savings, and, the business case will form for itself.
But you are using, future simple, it will, but then I will challenge again. I mean, how many examples of the companies in Poland and Europe do we have where actually they can do it at scale and they look into costs and they present both sides and that there is a positive business case? I haven't seen many, to be honest.
I think, as you rightly said, it's slow and steady. I think, the tests are happening and it's becoming bigger and better. And if you look at the technology itself, it was too expensive to kind of, go at full scale. The cost is going down at the technology level with all the hyperscalers now. As it becomes more scalable from a cost and from a subscription and a management perspective, the adoption will become better and, the scale will come with that. So.
The key topic of our discussion panel is about the legacy. So I would focus a little bit on this part as well. So when talking about the ROI, I think it's really important because everybody is talking about generative AI, the profits that we can gain from this, the hype around this topic. But I think that the core business and the money that our organization is producing are coming from the core technologies and core processes that we have in place. So I think it's important to stress that fact that, of course, it's important to experiment. It's important to look for new opportunities coming with the new technologies, with the new tools, with the new solutions. But we must not forget about the core systems. And for me, it's all about the use cases. So when we define the very good use case, I think it's very easy to prove that the business case is there. So we have some experiences in our company. We implemented the generative AI for legal department, and the business case is very clear there. So we can really see the value, we can really measure, we can really quantify and demonstrate that what we implement is bringing tangible results.
Yeah, it's interesting that there is not too many KPIs for this AI revolution. But what I want to actually ask, maybe as a question without answer, can we focus only on legacy, and can we afford that? Because the world is expecting and the customers are expecting, and also long-term loyalty was mentioned just before, and trust as well. And if some companies do not propose innovations and do not experiment, others do at the same time. So can we afford focus only on there? I'm a fan of both approaches at the same time, and the whole coexisting of those two approaches, I guess, is the biggest kind of question to answer, and finding a strategy for that.
And maybe we can test the audience so that you are still alive with your green and red papers. And the question coming from our panelists: can we afford to focus only on legacy? Green, yes. Adam, I know you have torn yours. And red, I disagree. Focus first. No, Christian, focus first. And 1, 2, 3, show your answer. Can we focus on legacy only? Can we afford it? Okay. Red. Oh, we have 2 greenish. Do you want to go?
We'll have some offline discussions right after this with the green people.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So we spoke about AI, legacy systems, and costs. But if technology really is the core of our sector, then what is the role of people in all of that?
Let me start here.
Be my guest.
Thank you. So, we are in services sector, in services business, and service, that's people and technology. In fact, 30 years back, 40 years back, people could perform, deliver the services without technology. Red, green paper, it was enough. Right now, technology is supporting our people. On the other side, technology does not exist without people. It's non-existent. There is nothing if we do not have right people assigned to the technology who can drive and put it into work for us. So they are still the key for us. And our role as leaders is very difficult right now, to help them to embrace all of these new technology changes coming into our world. And not only on the technical part, through upskilling, education, or use cases they can test their skills, but also to embrace it on the very personal level, not to fear the change, to allow them to understand what is coming and to prepare them for the unknown, because they have fear. What will come if our job will still exist? But from my perspective, our role is to help them to understand this world, because they will be driven this world for us. They are really the key. They will not disappear.
I agree. People are core to technology adaptability. I think, if I have to say one simple line, people have to be involved. In fact, they have to be strongly involved, because they will be needed to design the systems, to test the system, to take it to production systems, so that the technology that is being built for various use cases, for various enterprises, is stable, does the thing, and someone needs to measure it, quantify it, puts the critical thinking behind it. So I think, the role of people and will continue to grow and become bigger and better. So absolutely yes to that.
But don't we exaggerate the role of people? Because, at the end of the day, if most of the job will be done by the automated solutions, what will happen to us as leaders? How will leadership change?
I can take that one. I love it. So there is a reason why Copilot is a co-pilot, not a pilot, in a name itself. We are the main drivers of that revolution, and we will be that main driver also in the future. And AI will not take our jobs. There is a saying in technology that AI will not replace developers, but those developers who use coding assistants will replace those who don't. And this is the role of us as leaders. We should not pretend that the world is not changing. It has changed already, and I think that this, right now in education, we don't have homeworks, yeah? It was a wise move. All the kids, they already discovered Gen AI before there was any debate in Poland. So AI is there, and it is changing our society, our markets, our culture, definitely. And we as leaders, we should lead our people through that. And there is a role there. And also, when I see people, reactions, they are very different. There are people who are very scared of that change, but there are also those who are super excited. And they are change makers, yes, and change agents. And with leaders, I would say the same, probably. So I guess there's also a role for us, leaders, to upskill ourselves and into that changing environment and lead our people through that.
I think the same question was asked 2 or 3 or even 5 years ago when the robotics was a key topic during similar sessions. And I think that what we see today is of course, the number of jobs reduced, very simple and repeatable jobs reduced. But at the same time, and these are the facts, that in total, the net effect is that the number of jobs actually increased in the technology to maintain the solutions, to work on these solutions, to develop these solutions. So the net effect is actually increasing. And this drives me to the conclusion that we, as leaders, we really need to create the feeling and the sense of curiosity and openness and flexibility. That is the only fact that we need to really embrace, and we really need to encourage the people to be open for the change, to experiment, and to be flexible in adoption of these technologies, and also changing their current positions, adopting to the future needs.
I think, can I say something? I'm forcing myself, so. I think I read a report somewhere, and I don't know if the data is right or wrong, but probably it said, and it implied 85% of the employment opportunities that have been created over the last 80 years can be attributed to the technology advancement leading to new job creations and new opportunities. So absolutely it comes together, right? To her point, yes, AI can do a lot of research, can do a lot of diagnosis, what a doctor, might do end to end, but you still need the doctor to, show that compassion, work with you on the treatment and go from there. So I think, AI and human is the new frontier together that will continue to march forward and bring things together.
So you're getting a lot of assurance from the panelists that next year you will still be employed. Hopefully they are right. But they will, we will be, as long as our customers will be happy. And we work in different parts of the value chain, in different sectors. And at the end of the day, everything starts and ends with the customer. Today, they interact with us, or we interact with them in many different ways. And we need to be available anywhere, anytime. So what do you think is the best way for our sector to leverage technology in supporting our customers? Oh. Technology, yes. Leadership, yes. Customer, who is that?
Yeah, okay. I think, what I'll say is that, we should support our customers to help them become more and more human-centric by adopting GenAI and other new sophisticated analytic technologies and platforms like low-code, no-code, so that they get insight quicker, faster, and then they can do decision-making faster that can drive value and ROI for them. So I think that's the way I look at it.
Mm.
Our customers are with us because they trust us, that we will be putting them in the center of all of our activities, and then that will follow their pace of adoption. We cannot rush them with new trends, but listen where they want to go and to help them, to educate them sometimes what is the best for them, but not to force them. The key in the relationship is the trust which we build. As long as they see that we are following the pace of the adoption, that's okay, but not to force it.
I think the key success factor would be that our clients, and this could be our internal clients, it could be our end clients, they use these technologies on a daily basis. So they are quite familiar how easy it is to use and how easy it is to cooperate with Copilot or ChatGPT, how friendly the technology is. And I believe that they expect the same at their work environment, to have also very simple and easy to way processes, solutions, and technologies. And I think that this is the challenge for us, to create the same kind of client experience and user experience, to have a seamless work operations like they experience in their private lives using the mobile phones, using the ChatGPTs and so on. So to create this very similar user experience.
But guys, to provoke a bit, we discussed a lot about trust, quality, great technologies, and that was presented by many companies implementing that. But then at the end of the day, all of us are customers of one or the other bank. And actually, probably each and every bank has implemented chatbot to discuss simple stuff with us. But that has been implemented only for retail customers. For a reason, private sector does not have it. So where's trust? Where's quality?
I wouldn't say it's only available for the retail customers. So we cooperate with the banks, so with the corporate businesses, and we do offer chatbots for them as well. But I of course agree with you, and I think that there was a great example during one of the conferences I was attending last time about the chatbot that we use with one of the airplanes, which is not very user-friendly. So this is the experience that we should definitely avoid. But the trust is there, and it comes to my point, as I said before, easiness of use. So if we create the same experience that we can have, this will be also the same for the retail customers, for the corporate customers, and with the trust and the loyalty in the background.
What I can add maybe is that to follow your comments is that we need strong partnership there, and trust is fundamental there. Yeah, we will have failures. It's all like innovation is always about failures and failing fast, learning, moving on. And we will have more and more examples. Sometimes they are very funny and we should just laugh and learn and move on. And we should do it in partnership with our customers, and this is where we need trust.
Okay. Last but not least, and that was not part of the questions you got, and I don't want to talk about trends because, I mean, we are not fortune tellers, and speaking about the future probably doesn't make sense. But if you should give an elevator pitch, 30 seconds, you know what you have great experience, great background, super intelligent and pretty people. Give an advice to all of them around latest and greatest of technology and legacy systems. What do you want them to leave the room with and start the party?
Do both. Experiment, learn, but also don't break what works and gives you profits.
Don't break what works? What do you mean?
What works already, legacy
Okay.
systems. Don't break it, don't disrupt it. So like experiment in a safe way. If you fail fast, learn and move on.
And you have to take notes now. You can use those red and green papers. Okay, thank you.
I would say inclusion, it's not only about the people, but it's also about the technology and new trends. The inclusion instead of being together. So new and the legacy can cooperate and can stay together.
I think my biggest point would be don't be afraid. I think, sometimes these things scare you and, there's a lot of stuff. So be willing to learn, be willing to experiment. I think, build the bridge from the legacy to the next gen. That's where things are heading. And people who build that quicker, faster, will continue to differentiate and continue to taste success.
Be quicker, faster. Okay, we will be today.
Experimenting is not something that we can avoid, and we need to follow the trends. We need to follow the change, because otherwise we'll be out of the business. But my advice would be, let's be open to that, but let's do it in a controlled and conscious way.
Okay, and we are just on time with our panel. Thank you for being with us. I know it is tough, or it was tough because of the time, but I hope you enjoyed, at least, and you can take some advices. Thank you so much.